Hey everybody, I'm Kristin from Magoosh. Welcome to Tuesday CT. This episode is for our international students out there, and we're talking about, is the ACT a good test for international students? Now, in the US, more students take the ACT than the SAT, and this has been the case for the past few years, but internationally, the SAT is still much more popular. More students have heard about it. It's also a little bit more accessible. There are more SAT test centers worldwide than there are ACT test centers. But with the new SAT coming this spring in 2016, there are some really important considerations for international students regarding whether they should take the ACT or the SAT because of a few things. And first of all, really important, the new SAT is much more like the ACT. They used to be very different tests, and don't get me wrong, they still are different, but there's a lot more similarities between them now, and a lot of things that have become more similar, I think, are going to be some of the things that don't appeal to many international students, particularly those for whom English is a second language. So the new SAT has longer reading passages, just like the ACT. It also, instead of having short, isolated grammar sentences for you to correct, all the SAT writing questions are in the context of longer passages. There are more word problems on the math. Overall, there's just a lot more reading. And so, like I said, for students for whom English is not their first language, and we're used to really like the SAT for this, some of those differences have definitely been wiped out. And so that's a really important thing for you to know. And maybe if you're in that situation, you want to check out the ACT and just see what you think. However, even though the SAT is a lot more like the ACT now in a lot of ways, the ACT still does require you to work at a bit of a faster pace. On average, the SAT gives more time per question than the SAT gives more time per question than the ACT does. And so, again, if English is your second language, if it's going to take you a little bit longer of time to read passages and problems, it still might be the case that the SAT might be better for you, but not necessarily now that they're a lot closer. So finally, something that is good to know about, if you like science, you might be drawn to the ACT, and that is because the ACT has a science section and the SAT does not. Now, it's important to know that that science section is not really testing a lot of direct science knowledge, but it does include scientific material. It's more about your ability to interpret data. So if you like science, if you really like working in a quantitative fashion, it might appeal to you anyway that you have a whole other section that is more quantitative in nature. And so if you really like science, you might want to check out for the ACT for that purpose. So even if you've never heard of the ACT, if everyone around you seems to be taking the SAT, I think it's definitely worthwhile to check it out. Take a practice test for both, and then you can use the conversion chart that we have on our website, and the link for that will be below the video, and you can see which test you are scoring better on. We also have videos comparing all of the sections for the new SAT to the ACT, and you can check them out right here on Magoosh ACT YouTube channel. And we have prep for all sections of the ACT, of course, at act.magoosh.com. So I will see you back here next week on Tuesday CT for some more ACT tips.